Welcome to Meditation, Magic, and Ceremony. I'm your host, Aaron Michael Pine. I am live here in North Bali, Indonesia. I apologize for any background noises. It is very alive here and hard to find anywhere really that's quiet. We've got geckos, all kinds of beautiful birds, insects, scooters, and lots of roosters here, which there's one right there. I don't know if that caught that, but that actually ties in as part of, I'll say, the inspiration for this show. While I've been practicing ceremony and meditation and magic in many forms for many years, and love doing it and love sharing it with others, and have found, I'll say, sort of a gift there that I have that I really enjoy sharing it with others. Being in this place, I've been here a little over 2 weeks now. Ceremony is such a big part of this culture here. Every day they leave little offerings in different places in front of stores, little altars everywhere, temples everywhere, and lots of ceremonies. And the rooster, we found out, is part of one of their ceremonies that they do here. So it's a very alive and active part of their culture, which has been exciting to witness and kind of be immersed in and see that and how they bring it into their day-to-day life, which is my intention with the show for those of you that are maybe new to these things, or even if you've been doing it for a while, maybe learning some new things here of how to bring ceremony, magic, and meditation more and more into your daily life. So I found it as an important fundamental foundation of everything else in my life, and sort of exploring and learning how I can integrate myself more and more into different aspects of my life, from my relationships to my work to for creative insights, for my own personal evolution as I'm changing and growing and releasing and learning things and expanding, to time connecting with a friend, or time connecting with a client, learning how I can integrate this more and more. And what I find, gosh, there's a lot, but some amazing things about it is how it really drops people in deeply, presence and connection, intimacy, in a way of like, okay, we're here, we're in a sacred space. Let's let go of maybe other agendas, confusion or distortions or uncertainties, things like that. It just kind of clears the space and allows two or more people to really just come together in a deep, soulful, heart-connected way to make some sort of transformation or celebration or honoring or connection, or even to just bring through insights and ideas of what might transpire, what might be next, or creating intentions, or laying the foundation perhaps for a new relation or a new, say, business venture, or it can help us to close something. It can help us to close a relationship, or close out a business project, or close out our day, or begin our day. It's a way of taking a moment out of the hectic busyness that we can all get caught up in, and the just doing and going, and just stop and let all that go for a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, and drop into something deep and sacred, and meaningful and purposeful. And I feel like, especially in the Western culture, that's what we're seeking. We've been missing that deeper fulfillment, that deeper connection. I think we have some insight of it, some interest of it, and seeking for it. But to me, doing the ceremony, doing the magic, doing meditation allows us to really find that deeper fulfillment, that deeper connection. It allows our soul, our essence, our spirit, our true creative powers to come into our body, to come into our outer environment, to come out to connect with those around us. It gives us that safe container, the safe energetic container to really drop in, to come through and be here authentically, to share something deep and powerful with each other. Now, ceremony, meditation, magic, these spiritual tools, practices, obviously have been around since ancient times, and they vary in each culture. Each culture has developed its own unique traditions and formats, and I'm getting to see a few of those here in Bali, in this part of the world. And I've studied other ones in other parts of the world, and I hope to explore other parts of the world and learn more. What's amazing to me in this time, especially for those of us that have the opportunity to travel around, that have access to the internet, access to libraries, we now in this day and age have the opportunity to explore these traditions from around the world. Now, a few hundred years ago, this was harder to do, and certain places like here in Bali, I don't know the exact history, but I'm imagining it's just over the last 100 years that they've been exposed more and more to the greater global world, versus being so localized. But there's a balance there, right? They can begin to lose their traditions and customs, which is not great. It's important that we each cherish these traditions, that we keep them going, keep them alive. And I also find it's a beautiful thing that where we can begin to explore different ones and piece together different ones that feel right to us. I'm very drawn to Norse and Northern Europe, so I love that, and I'm learning more and more of that as I can, and integrating some of those myths. And I love Native American, Celtic. So those have kind of been some of my, I'll say, core traditions that I resonate the most with, but there's a lot of other beautiful ones out there, and I love to be able to intermingle them for different applications as I feel so inspired, or depending on the purpose of what's going on in my day, or what I'm doing a ceremony, or what I'm doing magic or meditation for. For me, it's been a spiritual journey of integrating many different, I'll say, lines or different realms of these ceremonies and magic and meditation. So as we go through the show, it's going to be an organic process here, so I'm not sure what's going to happen, which ones are going to come in, but I imagine different ones will come in as I go along here. And so I invite you to, in your own explorations, in your own research, to find different ones that work for you, that inspire you, that feel empowering to you. And maybe you may be focused in on one and you're like, this is my thing and this is great and I'm just in it for life, and that's awesome. Go for it. You may find several different ones. You may find a bunch. You may evolve at different points through different ones. And I encourage all that. There's no, to me, right or wrong here. We're each unique. And I believe with our connection, both in our ancestry, our genetics, our culture, and to me also our past or parallel lifetimes, where our souls incarnated or expressed itself into different timelines, different historical avenues, historical aspects. There may be certain ones that are very resonant or powerful or exciting to our soul, to our spirit. So I invite you to explore and be open. To me, it's like sampling food of different cultures, right? Maybe you like some of this from this culture and some of that from this one, and you don't like that one at all, not agree with you. So, feel free to play and explore and open up possibilities for yourself, and then that's what it's all about: exploring, empowering yourself, and creating more of this magic in your life. And you, my friend, are the master of your life, so it's up to you to decide what's really working, exciting you, empowering you, and helping uplift and expand your life. Now, as we go through on the show, as we go through this journey together, obviously I'm introducing to you what I can. And some of it to me is custom. I've sort of taken bits and pieces of different ones, and then I sort of customize as I feel inspired in the moment. And to me, it's almost like creating an artwork, creating something beautiful and unique in the moment that flows through me. So it's like I've studied these different ones, have this sort of framework or foundation, just like an artist, right? You need to learn your basic tools and colors and things like that. And you've got that foundation, and then you also, obviously, in the moment when you're like inspired, you flow with the creative insight that comes through in that moment. So that's going to be how you sort of see me work. And I imagine as I have different guests on, they're going to have their own sort of traditions and lines and their own creative flow, and then coming together, right? Whoever I'm co-creating ceremony with, co-creating magic, co-creating a ritual with, it's going to be unique, combination of fusion of our two energies, our two tools and tricks, if you will, and bringing that together. So it's exciting. It's like bringing two worlds together and what can be created from those energies and shifted. So that's the overview of ceremony, ritual, magic, meditation. Now I want to dive into those things a bit as to what exactly they are for those of you that don't know and maybe are new to these concepts. So let's start with meditation. So meditation, most people think of I'm just going to be here, quiet, just focusing on my breath and trying not to have any thoughts. That is a form of meditation, a beautiful, powerful form of meditation, and there's different local bird here that I picked up. There's different forms of that mindful meditation, and it's entering the body and it's calming the mind, which is powerful and important to learn how to do that. I'm not going to go super in depth on it, but it's a way to calm down the mental activity that's generally running the show and move into more an expansive, observant, calm space. Beautiful practice, very important. There's other meditations that are what might be called shamanic journeys or journey work or guided like visual meditations where you sort of go on an internal journey. It's almost like an internal quest in your consciousness. There's many different purposes. You can simply be going to, say, in your mind, a beautiful forest or beach and just being there as a way to relax yourself. You might be going on a quest and meeting different spirit beings, encountering different activity, doing certain things on the inner dimensions of your consciousness, the inner planes of your consciousness. It might be working with the energy in your body, the chakras or the aura, the meridians, the energetic flow within your system, and weaving through that and unwinding stuff. It may be meditations to release fears and traumas. There's all sorts of things that can be done in meditation where you're letting go of the external world and going deep within you, and there's a whole many-dimensional aspect, realm, layers of possibility within you. And so in some of these shows, I'm going to be guiding you on some inner journeys as they come through to go into those inner states of meditation. If you want to learn more about that beyond what's in the show, of course, go to my website, Aaron, A-A-R-O-N, Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L, Pine, P-Y-N-E.com, and you'll see links there to my YouTube and other meditations I do on there that you can explore those and also teach. So if you ever want to reach out and go deeper, feel free to reach out to me on that. So that's a quick summary of meditation. Now, ceremony, magic kind of go hand in hand, really. They are the expression or the, to me, artistic creation of a space with a certain deep intention. Now, you create a space in ceremony, and there's no absolute right or wrong here. There's certain things that sort of obviously make sense, that feel good. You're creating a space, a container, if you will, that is inspiring, uplifting, that feels sacred to you. And obviously, you kind of work with what you got. Work with wherever you happen to be, whatever space you have, and whatever sort of tools you have available to you. Nothing is required. I mean, you can just sit under a tree and do a ceremony. You can sit in your room and do a ceremony. What's right or wrong? There's no right or wrong here. You can go to a mountaintop. You can go to a temple. You can create beautiful, maybe sanctuary in your garden. You can create a sanctuary in some part of your house. You might have a temple or some beautiful spot in nature. Nature is my favorite space in nature that's like inspiring and engaging and uplifting for you. Maybe you don't have that kind of space or anything available and it's just at your kitchen table. Start with what you got, whatever's available to you. And I'd say, not that it's a must, but a certain level of convenience is nice, at least for some of it, because my hope is that this inspires you to do it daily. And I know if it's, far off on the mountaintop, 3 hours away, you're only going to go out there once in a while, most likely, which is great to have that. So that could be, one spot. Maybe you have like, okay, I'm going out there every full moon, or I'm going out there on the equinoxes. Awesome. And then I've got my spot in my kitchen table that I can do something every day. So perfect. Make something that makes sense for you, and evolve with it and play with it. Now, we'll say tools or instruments of ceremony or ritual. Now, there's all kinds out there and different meanings for different things. So some obvious ones are crystals, and there's a lot of crystals out there that each have their own energy, their own intention, their own purpose, which is definitely great to look up and kind of understand those with the crystals. And also, key here is what feels good to you, what you feel called to. Maybe you're like, oh, I just really love the look, the color, the formation of this crystal, and you go out and get that one and go for it. Maybe you've got to mix different ones. I know some people that have a huge amount of crystals, and they use the ones that they feel called to that day, or they're like, okay, I'm going to do a ritual ceremony for this specific intention. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a business venture, and they know, they're a crystal fanatic, so they know which crystals to get and pull in and use for that ceremony. So crystals, plant material, could be flowers, essential oils, dried herbs, teas, sprays. There's one of the roosters. Whatever way of bringing in the plant kingdom. And I love, let me step back, I love having a mix of different things for your ceremony. I love having the different, say, kingdoms represented here. So you find some, things from the crystal kingdom, from the plant kingdom. Again, it could be oils, you can have flowers, you can have herbs, and all these, again, have different purposes, intentions. Obviously, for example, like rose, right? That's great for bringing in love. So they have different things, different herbs have different purposes. You can even, I'm hoping to do an episode where we do a fruit one, so you can bring in different fruits into your ritual and ceremony. This was important in certain cultures, right? Fruit and the harvest. So there's definitely harvest ceremonies, harvest holidays, right? That's still alive today in different ways. So bringing in that nature kingdom. It's possible to bring in animals. There's the rooster. As I said, there's so many roosters here because that's part of their ceremonies. I believe they have roosters fight. I don't know much about it, but that's part of an ancient tradition here. So, or maybe you've got a pet that's your little, magic friend that is part of your ceremony sometime. So that's definitely an option. Could be carvings, statues. It could be sacred objects. There may be, maybe it's a little figure. Different traditions have different items that might be important to you that you use in the ceremony space. Cleansing herbs are very important. Sage, mugwort. What are the other ones? Palo Santo, cedar. These are some different specific herbs that are great for cleansing and clearing and purifying. So those are great to use as an opening to open the space to purify a space, to purify ourselves, helps release the old, release what was before you entered the ceremony. Food, you can bring food offerings. Sometimes you might be offering, maybe there's food that you're offering up to spirit, up to the ancestors. This was a common practice. I feel like I've seen this pretty much all over the world, where there's some sort of food offering and you're offering up as a sacrifice. You're giving up of something, right, that's of value. Food's a core important piece for survival, and you're saying, yes, I enjoy this, but I'm offering this up for this new change. I'm sacrificing, giving up something for something new, and you're giving that food, and that might be part of your ceremony. Perhaps you offer it out into nature, leaving it for, right, the insects, the animals. I suggest organic stuff if you're going to do that, so it's goes into the environment safely. So food's a beautiful piece. What else can you bring in? Artwork, oracle cards. Again, anything that inspires you, empowers you, feels aligned. This is sort of in a way, a three-dimensional artwork here of whatever pieces are important for you. If you are doing this for some sort of, say, business venture, or creating some sort of something in your life, you may bring in aspects of that. For example, if it's a business venture, maybe you bring in, say, there's a contract, maybe that's part of it, or perhaps there's some, maybe it's like, say you want to buy a house property, you may bring in some pictures of the house, or anything that is connected to the intention of the ceremony in physical reality. You're creating that space, you're aligning that space. If you're doing, say, a healing ceremony, maybe you're doing it for a friend. If they can't be there, maybe you bring a picture of them into the space, or something, an object that's connected to them. And what you're doing here with all these things is creating an energy portal, an energy container, an energy aligned visual focus. Now, just like anything else in life, right? Any other project, you would bring together different pieces, tools, things that you need to create with. So you're doing the same in an energetic format. You're bringing these things in. And what this does is it's setting your focus, your intention, your framework to create something, to open up to something, to draw forth possibilities. And you're also sending a signal to your subconscious, a clear, powerful message to your subconscious that this is our intention, this is what we're either letting go of and creating, this is what we're shifting, this is the new reality that we are drawing forth into our life. We're shifting from one state of being, whatever it was, to something new. It's sort of a portal. You're creating an energetic, ceremonial, magical portal between one reality experience and a new one. Pretty cool. Now, important piece here is non-attachment. You're creating this portal, you're creating your intentions, you're putting in your prayers, your requests, your heartfelt soul requests that this is what I like. I like this to happen for the highest and best good of everyone concerned. This is how it works the most magnificently, is when you open it up to that it actually uplifts everyone. Not just you, not just one other person, but everyone interconnected with the situation or with the happenings, that you're uplifting and expanding everyone simultaneously. This gives it the most power, the most juice, the most beauty, in my opinion. And then there's the letting go. You've completed the ceremony, it's finished, and you let go of the possibilities, because what can happen is your mind can get attached. Okay, I did this thing, it's got to go a certain way now. No, it's the intention. Okay, I want to open up to more love. I want to open up to more abundance. I'd love to find, say, the house that's my new home. I'd love to find a new partner. Whatever it is, I want to find more health. You've set that intention. You've sent that clear message. But you have to be willing to let go of how it looks, how the outcome looks. Because if you hold on to limited perspective, you're using your mind. And your mind cannot take into account the infinite possibilities of the universe. Right? It's too much for the brain to calculate. Our brains are working off past experiences, past knowledge, past wisdom that's stored in the brain computer, and would then try to take from that limited bank of data to project the future, which we do all the time anyways. So what I'm inviting you here to is let that go, because the universe, especially if you really set up a beautiful ceremony that's really empowering to you, can draw forward energies, possibilities, people, resources, things that you cannot even imagine. And that's where the magic is. That's what seems like a miracle and magic, is when these possibilities can come in and begin to make transformations and changes and open things up that you wouldn't imagine. Okay? So that's a key element there, is non-attachment. Do the ceremony and just let it go. Okay, it's done. I leave it up to the magic. I leave it up to the universe. I leave it up to the higher self. I leave it up to God, goddess, the energies, the intelligence of the universe to take form and take action now. So that's key there. So that's the basic overview of creating ceremonies, and I invite you to continue to stay tuned with me as you get to witness some ceremonies. My hope here is that you get to participate in them, feel the energy. These are going to be sort of online broadcasted group ceremonies, so I'm super excited about that. And you get a vibe for it, a feeling for it, some inspiration for it, and be able to take that and start implementing it into your own life in your own creative way. Now, of course, I'm here if you want help If you want to dive deeper, again, feel free to reach out to me through my website, Aaron, A-A-R-O-N, Michael, MichaelPyne.com, Aaron Michael Pine with a Y.com. And I do different classes, work one-on-one with people in healing, helping them transform their lives, and also can help you develop some magic ceremonies for your own life. So that's it for this segment. Thanks so much, and stay tuned. Blessings. Greetings, Aaron Michael Pine here, and I'm at a new location in Bali, and you're going to hear lots of sounds here because it is very alive everywhere on this island with insects and roosters and dogs and everything, so excuse all of that. I'm just going to dive right in here. So just woke up this morning here. There was, I think, a bit of wind last night. A lot of these beautiful flowers on the ground here in this yard, plumeria flowers, I believe. So I decided to gather those up to create a little ceremony space here for you this morning, to create a sacred circle. And the sacred circle is a common theme in many ceremonies, rituals, as a symbol of wholeness, and then also as a sacred container here. So this putting that there, right, symbolizes and creates this energetic container here that I'm creating a sacred space to do this ceremony this morning here, and just to hold that around me. And then, I'm going to be creative. I may take some of these flowers inside with me just to kind of carry the energy that we're going to generate here together, take that energy with me into my day. So, set up this beautiful circle here, some beautiful pink and white flowers. And, I love using that. I love using whatever nature's available, whether it's my favorite pine cones, Aaron Michael Pine. So I love pine cones, but they're not here. I love flowers, so I went with the flowers this morning for you. And then here in the middle, I've got a mix of some different crystals, runes, and a few things that I brought with me. I am traveling right now, so I don't have my full setup, but I brought this sort of mini set with me of some of my favorites that I am traveling with to keep me company and be able to use for ceremonies and things like that. So I'm not going to go into the details of all the crystals, but I did lay them out in 4 directions, the north, east, south, and west, of course. And while these are not necessary, they are, it seems like a fundamental element of many ceremony practices around the world is aligning with these directions. And I was even reading recently how, majority of animals have this sort of magnetic awareness, and they use it for their migration patterns. They have a sense of north and south, in their own terms. And so there's this sense that humanity as well, particularly, some of the ancient societies, ones that sort of wandering, the nomads, maybe had some sort of internal, intuitive, magnetic sense, kind of connected with the electromagnetic fields of the earth and aligned to those directions. So it's very important for them, their survival. Excuse me, there's also lots of scooters here. Important for their survival to know, which way to go. And so the directions were at the core, and it came into their ceremony, into their shamanic practice, and the spiritual practice to understand these directions. To me, it helps me sort of ground and center into where I'm at right now, into the present moment right now. It's often we get pulled around, distracted, disoriented by all sorts of things in our energies. So this really helps create this sacred ceremony, helps me align with where I'm at right now and how to move forward. So I use a compass app on my phone, and I put that kind of in the middle. That helps me know where north, south, west, east are, and then put something there in each of those directions. Occasionally, if you want to do something more elaborate, you may even do the cross points, the northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. And those, so you get more of an 8-pointed star, whatever works for you. And each direction is associated with different elements. And again, these vary tradition to tradition. There's maybe different animals, plants, crystals, energies, elements associated with this direction. So again, I encourage you to kind of research and find out what works for you or feels good for you, and then maybe implement that into your ceremonies. Traditionally, I use east is the air elemental, that's the rising sun, and that is springtime. South is summer energy, fire. West is the setting sun, of course, autumn or fall time, the water element. And then north is associated with the energy of earth and winter, so sort of that thicker, denser energy. Alright, so that's kind of the basics of the 4 directions there. And then I've got a little rose spray here, rose oil, which just kind of helps cleanse my field, cleanse the field here, kind of create a sacred space. And then I've got a few different herbs in here, some mugwort that I collected, there's a little bit of sage, Salafonta wood here. So as I mentioned, it's great to have something to cleanse energy. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here with you. And now if you're at home and you're watching, you can just watch along and enjoy. Or I invite you to participate, pause this, go grab whatever you've got, set up your own little space with me, and we can do this together. That's what I encourage. And so I'm going to use this to cleanse my energy here, and cleanse the space, cleanse all of this, all the crystals, everything. Just make a nice beautiful space here. I love the smell. This is mugwort, as I said. There. Okay. So that purifies the space, and I'm creating, just cleansing the space, cleansing my energy. Now, you can do ceremonies, rituals, meditations for very specific things you want. Right now, I'm going to do a sort of a general one for cleansing, purification, and creating a intention to carry this with me through the day and the space, and even my partner I'm with. We've noticed here in Bali, it's very, he'll say dynamic energies and contrasting energies, and very just different than we're used to. And so we're definitely seeing how that's affecting us, both the environment, the heat, the humidity, and then also just the different noise and pollution, and there's beautiful things here and just a lot, right? So it's definitely testing our energy boundaries. So I want to just invoke in our spiritual energy, the energy of the earth, to purify us and stabilize us and keep us really grounded and focused and centered and on point with ourselves, with our own energy, and create a stable balance there. So this would be great for you, even if you're at home, but you're going out, say, to work or out in public anywhere where, maybe the energies, you're not in your own safe, kind of bubble. Right? You're out in the world and there's a lot of different things going on, and we all have to face that or experience that in different ways. So hope the smoke is okay here. Go in front of my face. So I'm going to just invoke in that this morning for that alignment and that healing, and we'll kind of see what comes through. Now I'm gonna say some different prayers and invocations are going to come through. And again, you get to at home just sort of participate. Imagine you are sitting right here with me, if you'd like, in the sacred space, sort of receiving these energies. And again, if you have anything at home, feel free to bring, put some crystals around you. If you want to pause this and set up a full altar and sort of follow along. This is a co-participating ceremony and ritual here. So I encourage you to make it yours, make it for you, create the magic space that you need for yourself in your day. All right, so let's begin here. I invite you to go ahead and take several deep breaths with me. Feeling your body, feeling your breath, breathing deeply, comfortably. Breathing all the way down to your toes. Feeling your body open. Feeling your relax as best you can. Now we call on the directions to surround us. I call forth and invoke the gates, the kingdoms and the queendoms, the energies, the elements and the particles of East to come hold the sacred container in the ceremony with me and flow with me all day long. Guide me, guard me, show me the way. Lend me your magic, your protection as I move through this day. Help keep us connected and aligned, whole, and in harmony. All hail and welcome the gates of East. I call forth the gates, the kingdoms and the queendoms of South. The fires of summer to come purify, protect, and guide me. May your magic and your wisdom flow with me and through me today. May your magic be with me, flow through me today. All hail and welcome the energies of South. I open and invoke the gates of West, call forth the kingdoms and queendoms of the water realms. May your guidance, your magic, your flow be with me today. Help me flow with life, flow with my emotions, flow with the energy of life itself. I ask your magic, your guidance, your protection, your wisdom to hold the sacred space and hold me all day long. All hail and welcome the energies of West. I call forth and welcome the gates of North, of Earth, of Winter. May you bring stability and strength, ancient magic, and power to me. Guide me and keep me focused and strong today, present and connected. May your energies, your elements, and your particles help to fortify me and my space and the ceremony. All hail and welcome the realms of North. Beneath, I call forth Mother Earth, the planet, the deep heart of this planet to come and open, to help sustain me, nourish me, provide with me, provide for me. Help me be rooted, connected, energized, and vital in my life force. May the energies of Earth be with me and keep me connected all day long. All hail and welcome sacred Earth. And I call forth the realms above, the spirit of the divine realms, the star realms, the angelic realms, of the Holy Mother and Father of creation, the light of above, my spirit guides and spirit teams to come and flow and be with me, to surround me and hold me, to guide me and bring me wisdom, my magic, my power, my strength, my courage, and my heart, to keep me aligned with my divinity all day long. All hail and welcome the realms above. I call forth and open my heart, my center, the center within all this. Let my heart be open and strong, powerful in all directions and all forces, unified and connected with all these realms. May my heart center be clear and pure, precise, and focused in its love and its light through all of my experiences today. May my heart generate heaven on earth. May my heart express heaven on earth all around me. May my heart know heaven on earth around me in all ways. All hail and welcome the center of it all. Okay. Now that we've created this sanctuary, this temple, and I feel a major shift in myself after I've done that. So I hope you do as well. to me, now we've created this sanctuary, this temple, sacred space that we're now in, and I'm holding myself here, aligned in this. Now, once you're here, this is the space where you can do further prayers, meditation, magic, chanting. You can write things out here. If there's affirmations you want to write for the day, intentions for the day, wishes for the day. This is your sort of creative space to create from. So I'm going to say a few things regarding my intention. Again, you can pause this and do your own thing, or follow along with these, and I'll give some space as well to add your own. So I'm going to first just use the fan to, again, just help sort of bless the space, bless the directions, bless myself, bless you. And yeah, I feel inspired to share some additional prayers. Again, I'm calling forth all the energies of the directions, all of my spirit teams and guides to hold me, to move through my body, help open my body, open my muscles, open my nervous system, ground me, ground my energies, open my life force, my vitality in my body. Give me clear insight and guidance today. Keep me aligned with the truth of who I am, aligned with the light that I am. Help me integrate and connect all that I am so that I can show up in my fullness for myself, for all others that I encounter today. Show up in fullness for all that I create today, all that I play with, all that I work on. Help me stay centered in that truth. Help me flow with ease and grace. I call forth the divine feminine to show me ease and grace, prosperity today, flow. I call forth the divine masculine to help me stay rooted, structured, focused, on point, and on path. I ask these energies to carry with me through the day, to take this sacred container, the sanctuary, no matter where I'm at today, that is with me, holding me, nurturing me, and reflecting the highest truth of who I am, helping me experience the truest divinity that I am, as well as sharing that with all those that get to enter this space to co-create with me, collaborate with me today. May this light ripple out into this land and into this place. May I continue to be focused in my heart and aware of all this magic that is around me and supporting me. May I stay attuned to it and not fall into complacency or sleep or disconnect from it in any way. May it remain a vital, active part of my life, my day. Blessing of each of these crystals, the energies, to remind me of the truth and come into me. And I open my heart, visually feeling, seeing my heart, opening up and receiving energy from all these four directions. Elements, energies, and particles of east, of air, of south, fire, of west, water, and north, earth, coming into my body, particleizing, healing, opening, energizing. All those elements, we're composed of all these elements, so I'm asking these elements to come into my body right now to help strengthen me, fortify me, heal me, open me up to come in balance as my body needs. Moving. Allow the energy to move through me, allow my body to open up. It is the morning here, so I've not done my stretching yet. Getting the body open to receive all this is very important. If you do yoga or any stretching, you're doing this in the morning, that's a great space to do the yoga within as well, movement. Now that I'm open and in that flow, I'm going to draw forth this energy that I've been coalescing here in my hands. And imagine some of this energy going out into the world, going out to the places I have to go today, out to where I'm going to be doing some work today, going out to my partner, some of my friends. I want this energy to expand out into the world. I know a lot of people need this, so I'm going to bring this sacred energy out to the world. Just imagine it going out on sort of, almost like rays, beams here of light, and sending it out to these different people and places. So just breathing, feeling this energy flowing into my body, and I invite you to do the same, or again, if you have any other intentions, prayers, activities you want to do in this space, go for it. This is your sacred sanctuary. It'd be a good place to, say, plan your day, or find some creative inspiration for something. I'm going to go ahead and leave you here, but as I said, take as much time as you need in this space. Enjoy it. You can pause it here, and then I'm going to do a closing ceremony that you can start when you're ready. So I close this space, although it is not closed fully, it flows through with me the rest of this day and beyond. I thank you, all spirits, all teams, all directions, above and below and all around me, for your presence in my life. I'm so grateful and honored to be here on this life journey with all of you. And thank you so much for tuning in and joining me on this ceremony. It's such an honor, and stay tuned for many more ceremonies and of different formations and elaborations and creations. I'm Aaron Michael Pine. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Blessings.